Hey, good life riders, welcome back to another video. If you remember last week's video where we had a bunch of guys show up for my birthday and we went on a little birthday ride, well, I told you in that video there are some guys in this group of riders that are CMA members, Christian Motorcycle Association, and this week we're going to do a little video. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Christian Motorcycle Association Nebraska chapter. And before you decide to click off, because this isn't going to interest you, I encourage you to stick around because this is going to be a good story. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, technically, Nebraska has 16 chapters, but more on that in a little bit. If you remember, maybe you don't, back in Season 1, Episode 10, I did an honor ride with my friend Brian Sermeno. And he's been in some of the videos since then. But Brian is an area rep for the Christian Motorcycle Association in Nebraska. And he is also the individual who organizes the Wednesday night dinner rides that I go on quite a bit. And Brian was my introduction to the CMA, an organization I am not a part of, but is one I've always wondered about since back in 1997 when I first saw them at the Daytona Bike Week when I lived down there. So if you want to learn more about Brian, you can check out the link above and go check out this ride that we did together and learn a little bit about him and his whole story of how he became a rider. From my first dinner ride in May of 2019, I never would have imagined that these individuals would become such an important part of my riding experience and just also life in general. From our dinner rides on Wednesday nights to various restaurants around the area that we live for conversation and great fun, to the slow ride competition that is done, the poker ride, the scavenger hunt, and the other things that Brian dreams up for us to do. I also took my first trip to Sturgis ever with CMA members, where we strolled Main Street, took some fun rides, group rides together on Iron Mountain Road, a video that I will link up above so you can check out if you would like to. I also got to meet John Ogden Jr., whose life story happens to correspond with the origins of how CMA began. But more on that in another video. This past May, I stopped by CMA's Nebraska rally that they had in Seward, Nebraska, near where I live, for their bike show. They had bikes from members of CMA to non-members of CMA, and all styles of bikes were present. Some of the CMA members had bikes with special little additions that they have added to help with their witness when they are out and about with the motorcycle community. Obviously, the Christian Motorcycle Association is a ministry to reach those who do not believe or are not saved in Jesus Christ, and this is one of the tools that they use, their motorcycles. It is also an outflowing of their faith and their relationship with God. One of the highlights of this day was being able to join them on the group ride that they did. So approximately 26 motorcycles rolled out from Seward Civic Center for a 45-mile ride for ice cream, and then back about another 20 miles back to the Civic Center. So I wanted to take the time during this ride to tell you a little bit about the CMA, the state of Nebraska group, and what those CMA members that I have come in contact with, what they mean to me. The CMA was started in 1975 by a man named John Ogden Sr., who was trying to connect with his son, John Ogden Jr., who I mentioned a little earlier in the video. And during that time frame, he found out that the motorcycle community seemed like it was missing something. And what he felt it was missing was an organization that would minister to bikers in some way, in a faith-based community. And so he founded the Christian Motorcycle Association, which now is in over 38 different countries, including the United States, and has approximately 190,000 members, some of who have passed away, and so now it's probably in the 140,000 range. My first interactions with CMA, not really my interactions, my first time seeing CMA members was at Daytona Bike Week in the mid-90s, and I've always kind of wondered about the organization. And one thing I thought was kind of interesting is they weren't the individuals that you would see being the sidewalk preachers. I believe CMA serves and is seen in other ways by being a support at those types of organizations. They help out, helping organizations be able to park in parking lots. They help at the races, being able to flag and being able to direct people parking, and they also walk around and hand out these little angels that they've made and other things to give support and let people know that they're cared about. And those are the things that I have seen from the CMA members that I know. The camaraderie that I have gotten from them is much like what I felt when I was in the Marine Corps. I knew that those individuals, when I was in the Marine Corps, regardless of what their feelings were about things, regardless of where they came from, we were all set on the same mission. And I feel like the CMA members that I know are the same way. Their mission is motorcycles, but it's also a little bit more than that. And when we talk about ministry, sometimes that word is, one of those Christian words that not everybody understands. But to me, what it is they give support. They might be there to go riding with me. I've done a rider skills practice. A lot of them have come and rode at that. Maybe we just go out for a ride, go for a trip, different things like that you do as motorcyclists. And other things they do, or I might get a text or a call just to see how I'm doing and to say hi. And in general, they are what I would call true biker friends. They don't expect anything. They just reach out and welcome their friendship. And that has been a true blessing. So that being said, if you find or know a CMA group in your area, seek them out. You won't regret it. Till next time, keep sunny side up, keep the rubber side down, and have an utterly awesome day.